Hey y'all, so I'm here discussing manifestation, and I'm like, yo, you know that dollar, like the paper dollar you can roll up. I smoked it one time, I didn't like it. I was like, ugh, trash. So then I used it for manifestation. Idealism, okay, let's add that word to it. So what I do with it is I roll it up, and then I'll make all these blessings and these wishes and these mind thoughts that go into the field of income, financial ability, stability, all of that, because that's a dollar, okay? But then also that same realm, I open it up to be nature, influential influences, like this is a tree made into this small item. That's how great that tree was influential to create something this small. Like that big went to this small. And then let's switch it. This small is really that big, okay? It's in the realm of all of that, all right? Then I light it, all the smoke comes, and now I'm just in the waiting time of staying true to myself, okay? So now what is staying true to yourself? Like, how do you put staying true to yourself in an action of manifestation, okay? So I want to draw this out right quick. It's going to be in scribble scrabbles. Don't mind my language. Okay. So, see this book? Okay. We got a line. Okay. You. Like, this is where you would start. Boom. And then you got all these lines, okay? Say this line right here, this dot right here is really, I say that was my CAE. That was my book. And my book on both ends wanted to be stuff all the way up here and stuff all the way down here. So then you got the other parts of me that exist. Like I do music, which maybe be just this line. I twerk, which maybe be this line. And I'm an all-around great person. Okay, I can do a payroll job, which is that line, okay? I circle them. Like my music, it only goes up. There's nothing it's rooted to. Like my music didn't root somewhere when it started. It just started and I kept going away up. My payroll, look, I started as a child working, getting money. Like I was 13 years old, earning $1 working. So my childhood rooted payroll. And as I got older, the threshold for new ideas to start is right here that have no roots. I still stay rooted, going up to have more payroll availability for jobs. And then this one, which was me twerking, selling pussy, any of that, okay? That just started, and I went down in it. Like, I never got red bottoms and 15K and became the best bitch ever. No, that didn't happen. I just made enough to get all of these growing upwards, and this one just kept going further down. And I was going to get deeper, stuck into it. And no way of it was going to bring me up. I was just going to get stucker into it and live the best life I could in the stuck of it. All right. That's not what I wanted. So it does that. But I have other paths here that I made sure had a root. Okay. Because this is rooting stuck. This has a root. But I have to root it up to be able to blossom. Okay. We have to blossom in these. So we got the CAE book. It rooted because at a real young age, I had to tell myself, like my family hated me, and I just be like, I am my own comfortability. So then I started Shay Nitty Foundation. Okay? And then let me tell you, Shay Nitty Foundation, boom, right here, Shay Nitty started music. Her foundation had nothing to do with her music. That's why it's unrooted. Okay? But the roots to how Shay Nitty was created is right here in CAE. CAE created Nitty for Shay, right? CAE created the possibility to always be open for a payroll for Shay. CAE ain't have shit to do with the twerk. But Nitty had a lot to do with that twerk. Okay, that's why it's rooted. The Nitty is with the Nitty and the Rudy, the Tootie. Shay's going up, CAE's going up, payroll's going up. Right. So let's get more depth. Now, why do I do all of that, right? Okay, cool. Because in CAE, once I started rising up my root path and I got to this pinpoint to be like, what I do here matters. Either I'm going to see my idea blossom into greatness, or I'm going to see it not blossom, and I'm going to be exactly where I'm at, going deeper into it, not blossoming anywhere. Okay, so obviously I'm on a blossom, and in my blossom I was like, I want a reality show, I want a TV show, I want to do seminars, I want to have a university, I want to do trips, retreats, like I want to do it all. But the first thing I knew I should do is write a book. So I wrote a book. Now my first book was an audio book, Voice of Reason. I knew I wanted Voice of Reason to be something, but I was like, what could it be other than a quote book or a podcast on Sense of Truth? So then I wrote Create Adult Experience, which is the real book. And from there I was like, oh, I got a book, which would be my outline. And what I mean by outline, like when you write your you got to come read the script. It's my script. I wrote my own script. Now, granted, my book could be dissected and, broken down and probably changed as a whole script. But at the end of the day, I have my outline for what I want my script to be. If the universe allows me to have a script. Have something to go in my script, bring my script to life. So, boom. Out of nowhere, I didn't forget how I started CAE. Poetry, being true to myself, being talkative, conversational, all of that. MIDI, hustler, Shay, singer, a singing, hustling person who does poetry. Okay, you see, all of me is alive, working well. I never forgot where I came from, which was comfortability. I wanted to be comfortable because I felt like my family hated me. So I just made sure that no matter what I do, I can see me and see that I'm comfortable in what I'm doing. So I know how uncomfortable I am when I'm twerking in some places I don't like. So that's why I can't never rise in it up, because it's really uncomfortable in a lot of areas in that. I'm the only comfortability in that. So when it came to CAE, the first time someone asked me a question, comfortability came, and I'm ready to talk. I ain't gonna hold you. So I'm ready to talk it up. Well, that's all I did. All I did was stay true to what I will allow myself to believe in and allow myself to do. So no matter how many people were like, hey, don't help me. I didn't ask for help. I ain't asked for your advice. I don't want your opinions. Oh, you're badgering. Oh, you're condescending. These were new words for me. I looked them up, found out what they mean, and were like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And then I went to ask 20 people who thought I was badgering, just to see if it was a real thing or not, or that person's illusion of me. Okay, well, out of that 20, 10 of them agreed, 10 of them didn't. I realized then that I'm not here to conflict people's existence. I'm here to let them stay conflicted with their own existence. Okay, so if you look at me and you can conflict it, that has nothing to do with me. So from that comprehension that I'm not going to allow people's eyesight to come conflict my inner self, now I'm unconflicted. I'm a big ass solution. People come to me for solutions now. Or every time I come around, I can be the solution to anybody's existence. Like, this is not being done, let's get it done. That's the solution to do it. Let's do it. That's my energy. So boom, one day, who is now my boss, contacts me and is like, yo, I like your poetry. Can I talk to you about your poetry? You're a poet of mine. And I'm like, yeah, I'll come down to your office. Came down to the office, talked about my poetry. The guy asked me about stuff I had going on. I introduced the guy to my book, and I gave the idea of what I want to do with it. The guy said, well, I like your poetic mindset and the growth you speak, so I could do a video podcast for you and put it on my network, and that can be the start. And from there, if it works out and go good, maybe you can have a reality show after that. And I said, well, how does this payment work? And the person said, well, you won't get paid, you get royalties, and it's all about how you maneuver yourself to get your content seen. So I'm like, oh man, that got me. I was like, do I sign a contract that doesn't get me paid but only gives me royalties based off the hard work I put in? I signed the contract, and I told myself it didn't matter how many royalties I got, because I never said I want a TV show, a podcast, or a university to get paid. That's not what came out of my mouth. I said I want one. I want to do it. I want to be able to fulfill that. I want it. And shit, the universe wasn't going to let me get something I want and told me I had to pay $500 for it. And the universe was not going to tell me I couldn't have something I want just because I didn't ask to get paid from it. That would have been my own self to do that to me. So as the self in me, I said I will accept what I asked for without payment. And I will accept me going to get what I asked for without having to pay for it. Because I am payment well enough. And so since you are payment well enough, once you believe your existence is payment well enough to connect with the universe that has all these services and products to give us for us being us, it shall and it will. Because the universe now knows you're not waiting to get a buck to get it, and also knows that you will not deny it because it didn't offer you a buck with it. Manifestation. If that's the way you want it. Now, if you wanted a different kind of manifestation, like for instance, my Shayniti, the twerking, this bit is always like, you know what? I'm twerking, and if I feel like I'm not having fun, I'm leaving, okay? And that's how I act. So I wasn't having fun my last week in Atlanta, and the day I said I'm leaving, and I stopped hurting myself, like disobeying myself, like I told myself I was leaving 3 times already. I didn't listen. So one day I'm like, no, bitch, we leaving today. Like, let's go ahead and take off. And as I'm in the car, not even out of the city yet, like, but I'm on my way. I'm not changing this way out the city. I get 3 calls full of money calls. And I'm like, yay. But just 3 days ago, I'm literally telling people I'm not going to be here because money's not calling my phone. Money's not calling my phone. And yeah, that is a hiccup because I'm saying money's not calling my phone. But not doesn't exist in my mindset. So I'm saying money's calling my phone. I'm leaving here. Money's calling my phone. I got to go. Money's calling my phone. That is what I was really saying to people all these 3 days. Once I realized that, oh yeah, I forgot, no's, negatives don't exist for the mind. My mind doesn't hear that. So if I said not today, it meant today, okay? Because not don't exist in my mind. Once my mind remembered how my mind wants to be treated and spoken to, shit, my mind got in the car and said, we gone, and I'm not going to be here today. I'm leaving so money can call my phone today. And that's what happened. Money called my phone today because I was leaving. So it does have a lot to do with the way you speak to yourself, how you have told your mind to comprehend, and the belief. Believing that if you tell your mind that you don't believe negatives, simply like you don't believe the word no, it's only yes or later or what, can I get that for you better? Like that's what my mind believes, okay? And if your mind wants to believe it, then the universe is going to treat you like that. The shit that the universe would have said no for to you, you won't even see it to have a no for it. It will miss you. That's like the fuck shit that don't come your way. You won't have to say no for it not to play with you today. The energy knew you ain't want to play with it today. So it didn't even come by you to fuck with you today. Boom. And that's how that will maneuver for you. So just to bring that across the board, you know, how you are in your street life, if it's 100%, you know, top tier, bring that into your common sense life. Bring that into your payroll life. Bring that into your love life. And you can bring that same top tier there. Though anywhere you falling off at, just know you will fall off the same way in any other area you are loving to be there. Because that's you over there too. You know, and you got to find somewhere there to love you in what you do. So even if you know you don't provide enough there or you don't have enough things to do there, just get a core routine. Like if your routine was 5 things to do, and I'm going to use this for example, okay? Like you had one thing in your routine was play the game for an hour and a half to 4 hours. Another thing was straighten up your living quarters. The other thing was connection. See who you can connect with for the network, whomever you decided to. And then the 4th thing was always speak to yourself good ways in good faith. And then the last thing was make sure you're excited about all you're doing in your routine. Boom. And just keep that going. And that's how it's going to work for you. Whatever, life is going to go for you like that. Tomorrow, the same things is going to happen, but it's going to be different. Like you never told yourself, you never told yourself what game you want to play. You never told yourself what you got to straighten up. You never told yourself how you got to be excited. You know, like these not things you said to yourself. So when you go out there and you get to experience it, the universe said you ask for free will, free range. So it's going to give you a list of shit and you got to choose which ones you want to keep. Don't get offended by the ones you get, because you said you was open to receiving anything you can receive. And you got to be okay with receiving anything you can and learn from it.
That's the thing right there. Being open to. That's a key right there. Being open to even the shit you don't like. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to be open.
Yeah.
You don't be able to decipher it as if you be open.
That's big fact.
You'll never know what you like or don't like if you open up to.
Yeah, that's big facts. And then I just learned this before I left. I learned that everything you excited about, you should like and love eventually. But everything you like or love may not get you excited. And I want you to think about that and understand why. I love when I sit like this. I look like I got abs. Yeah, I got abs, baby. I got abs. So it's so growth, y'all. This will happen when I get up and it's time to talk that. Just talk it. Got it. This book says Year of the Snake 2025. I said that what I just learned is that what you are excited about, you will come to like or love. Though everything you like and love, you may not be excited about. And you shall undiscover why. Because living should be an excitement.
I can see that to my cousin, small shit, waking up.
You dig?
As long as you ain't in fucking in the casket or in that cell, you got a lot. You could think from that point. When you get out here, you'll see like, damn, it's a lot to be thankful for.
Big facts.
It's a lot to be thankful. Too much.
Yeah, that's facts. All that, and just to speak more, or and just to comment more on like just placement. Like when I got locked up, it was a hard time, but it was only hard because I was so miserable. Like I wasn't angry, I was just super, super sad, and I was only sad because like. Even though I had found my comfortability, it seemed like no one else saw it was comfortable for them. And that took away, wow.
You found your comfortability and nobody else
seen it as comfortable, you know.
See what it was like.
So that confused me for me. Like the inner me was like, hold on, wait.
You weren't fitting in.
I asked me a question. The inner me asked me, did you really find your comfortability for people to enjoy it? That was my first question.
Did you what?
Did I really find my comfortability out for others to enjoy it?
Oh, yeah. All right.
That's what I had to ask myself first. And soon after that, I said no. And then after that, I got into a fight. I got into like 3 fights when I first got. Like I locked up in Atlanta, and then I got expedited to Texas. So I was gone for like 8 months, and time served. So in Texas and Georgia was cool. I was just going through it mentally because like a week before I got locked up, some shit happened outside. I had to do a rape kit, and then I got locked up. Not even off my fingerprints, but off being in the wrong area at the wrong time. So that was crazy. And so then, like, when they told me I was getting released, and okay, this would be the first sign of manifestation, okay? And this will give you the clarity of what truly it is, okay? And how small it really is, all right? So I'm locked up, I'm going through it, mode makes my body weak. I was on bed rest, I couldn't move. They moved me to the sick ward for my last 4 days, and eventually I ended up walking again. I didn't eat for hellas because I just couldn't move to get my plate. And nobody was fucking with me to bring it to me. And then when I finally got up, it's because of all the girls that was in the sick ward. Like, I found myself throwing ketchup at this one little bitch. Like, it was crazy. And so now they're like, Shay, you're going to get released. And they send me to the holding take with, like, a lot of other girls. And it's a 24-hour holding tape. And so, like, in the first couple of hours, I'm tripping because I'm like, I don't got my phone. I don't know where I'm at. Like, I don't know ATL. I got locked up being at this bitch house. She in jail with me. I just don't know how this gonna go. My shit at her house. And so, I'm just telling the Lord, I'm scared. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to be okay with getting released. So I said to the Lord, I said, hey, universe, listen, all I want is to, wherever I'm about to go, whatever's about to happen, the only thing I want is a good meal. I want some chicken, I want some baked chicken, I want some greens, I want some mashed potatoes, and I want some rolls, and I want to smile. And that's it. That's all I said. About 20 hours go by, and we doing growth talks with girls, and all the girls sit there and say what they want their next meal to be. And I'm like, yeah, let's make it a thing. And so, boom, at 24 hours, I see expedite on the back of these officers' shirt. And I was like, hold on, wait. Are you coming to expedite me? Am I not getting out for free? And at that moment, I got a little shook up because I was like, I was happy because I didn't want to get in Atlanta again. Like, I just had to take a rep kit. I did not want to go back to the streets of Atlanta. But I was like, damn, locked up still. You did? You know what I'm saying? I had already asked to stay locked up, but didn't know that's what I asked to, because I just asked for my next meal to be what it was, you know, and for me to smile. So boom, they
put you in the spot. Like, you didn't want to be released in Atlanta.
Right, I didn't want to be released.
How you gonna get to Texas if you did got released in Atlanta?
Big
so
fact.
that was a transportation, manifested transportation.
Yo.
So it just was a process that you had to sit through.
Yeah, and it's all about the detail. So you just keep it bare as you can and let the universe handle the detail and just be open for the detail.
But you don't know that when you're going through it.
You know, I'm going through it. I didn't know that. I know this now, but that was my first sign of going through it, and I can see it now. But that was my first sign. So then, when they
excited about.
I wasn't excited about that.
I'm talking about further.
Right now, I can further go excitement just because I know about how boom that. Now, look, that probably wasn't excited then, but I'm more excited about that time now because I comprehend that time then. You feel me? So the whys, we wasn't excited. We might figure out that why and get excited about that why. And makes it okay to have that like and love that didn't give us excitement, because our why gives us excitement, which is great enough. So when they book me, check me out, boom, I go through Columbus jail. I go through another jail. I go to 3 jails overnight in them bitches and never got that meal until I finally got to Hempstead, Texas, and they checked me in. The nigga took too long. They threw away one of my warrants, so I only got checked in with 2 warrants instead of 3. And my first meal was baked chicken, collard greens, mashed potatoes with gravy in a row, and we had TV on that bitch. And I was smiling in that hoe. And let me tell you, all I could do was just cry. All I could do was cry because I was like, I didn't want to go outside. And coming from what I had just came from, no one knew. So when I was getting into fights and stuff like that, like my first fight was this lady was like, why aren't you smiling today? And I was like, this is my smile. I don't got to smile. She was like, well, if you don't smile, I'm not smiling. I was like, you can't take my smile and use it for your own justice and then call it negative when it don't work for you. And that took me, and I fought her. We got into a fight after that. And when they removed me out there, and they told me I had anger issues, and I said, no, I'm sad. Because people don't see me as comfortable, but they want to take everything that makes them comfortable. And I don't like that. So I had to get right mentally. And so, boom, like, stop thinking that what people have is going to bring me my comfortability. It's not. Nothing someone else has is going to make me comfortable. It's not. But what I do in that is going to be why I'm comfortable. And that's going to be that. And if it's something I can't do, I need to ask myself, do I still want to be around? Because everything I do make me comfortable, but I got to remember everything I do don't bring comfortability to who's surrounding me. So I got to be respectful. You know, I can't be selfish and thinking only my comfortability is what's going to matter. I got to be selfless and make sure my comfortability matters, but the comfortability around me is just as important.
God sounded like a vampire. Trying to get all your energy and drain.
Right, because I bet those people who come around and only one, it comfortable for them, comfortable for them, comfortable for them.
That only must be them. That be. I believe in the spirit right now. So that be spirit.
It do be spirit. Some people possess selfish energy, a selfish spirit, and they don't know it yet.
Like it be the same characters. You ain't gonna start running them time till you have it.
Right. Don't it look like we smoking a stick? Like a leaf, like a real stick, a leaf stick, like a branch. We smoking a branch. It's not really hit. Maybe I had to hit it 25 times to make sure it started like smoking.